About a month ago, we hit a really great milestone of 10,000 subscribers here on the YouTube channel. So I'm here to thank you guys. If you're watching this video right now, really appreciate you sharing your time with me, experiencing all this leather and just being total leather nerds together. We've got some special pieces that we want to help commemorate this little milestone of ours. We're gonna do some black Chromexcel coasters with a special stamp on the front of them. These say Ashland, 10K subscribers, December 2023. And I've got a few of these coasters here. These are just a small selection of the several hundred that we've made. We're gonna be putting these up for $1 each. If you want one of these, they're up on the private stock page of the website, ashlandleather.com. We're also doing some key fob loops, but these are in the black shell Cordovan. So black shell Cordovan for the loop itself, and then black shell Cordovan to close the loop with an antique copper split key ring, and then we have some antique copper rivets to set all of this in place. This key fob loop is hand stained with the black stain along the edges. We're gonna be doing about 100 of these key fob loops as well. I think I'm gonna put them up for $5, and once they're gone, they're gone. So for the 10K subs, I thought it'd be a really cool idea to bring out the most popular Horween leathers. So we have the Chromexcel and the black shell Cordovan. I wanted to quickly compare and contrast each of these leathers for you. So first up, let's go with black Chromexcel. Some of my favorite footwear, including Alden's Indie boot, and I have some Oak Street bootmaker boots and Grandstone stuff. Some of my favorite footwear is made in the Chromexcel. I find it to be tremendously comfortable. I also really like that polished off, very smooth grain look, and it has a really rich, waxy feel. For something like a belt that we do, most of our belts are made in the Chromexcel as well. It's a really great material to use for a belt because it wants to conform to anything that is inside of it. So in the case of footwear, my foot molds inside of that leather, and the same with the belt. It really wants to conform to your body. The Chromexcel leather is made in a bunch of different colors. The black Chromexcel in specific is the only one that does not have any of the pull-up effect. And that's because the black Chromexcel is finished with just a drop of pigment inside. So it's a little bit different than just about every other leather that we do. It's not a full aniline leather. It's what they call a semi-aniline. The reason that they don't make the black as a full aniline leather is because if you put the black dye onto the Chromexcel, which is super rich in waxes, oils, and grease, you don't really get a true black shade. It appears a little bit more gray. And by adding just a drop of that black pigment into the finish blend, Horween's able to make a very true black shade. So unique in the fact that it's one of the only Chromexcel colors that does not have any pull-up. So in terms of appearance, comparing the Chromexcel to shell Cordovan, when these are brand new leathers, they have a very similar luster. Both of them are very bright and shiny. The Chromexcel does have a little bit more character in terms of grain when compared to the Cordovan that does not have any grain at all. Technically, the Chromexcel leather is a corrected grain leather, meaning that they've polished the tips of that grain character, so it's more of a smooth appearance. And then you can especially see that effect when you flex the leather. It appears much more smooth than a traditional full grain leather, something more like the cypress that we use. Now let's get into the differences in the tannages. Chromexcel leather is what is known as combination tanned leather. So they start with a chrome tan base, which is very resilient to heat, and it's very, very strong. And then they finish it with a vegetable retannage, meaning that is retanned with tree barks. You get a little bit more aging character from vegetable tan leathers. In addition to the combination tannage on the Chromexcel, it is also hot stuffed. And that's a pretty rare term these days. Not a lot of tanneries go through the extra steps to hot stuff the leather. And all that hot stuffing is imparting raw waxes, oils, and greases into the leather. And these waxes, oils, and greases are not water soluble. So they have to penetrate through the substance of the leather with a different method. So they do that by melting all those things together and then pounding them into the leather in a steam heated drum. So it's a little bit complicated there, but it's a way to get more raw materials into the leather itself. The shell Cordovan is also hot stuffed. However, Cordovan is not combination tanned. This is a full veg tan leather. In fact, it's tanned over the course of 2 months in pits, and they slowly increase the concentration of tree barks in those pits to give it a really gentle tannage. So it's a very, very nice natural tannage for the shell Cordovan. This is also hot stuffed with its own unique blend of waxes and oils. And what's even even more unique about the Cordovan is there's no grain at all. So the appearance is super flat, super shiny and smooth. It also has a very bright, shiny luster. And the incredible, unique thing about Cordovan is that it never creases. So something like this key fob loop, you will retain that very bright, shiny, smooth appearance forever because it will not crease. And people like this effect mostly on their footwear. So where your toe flexes as you walk around, you never get that sort of creasing on shell Cordovan footwear as you might on the Chromexcel leather. I think the thing I like most about my key fob loop, which is the same one that we've got here, is pulling out my keys and even just sort of fidgeting around. It's really nice to sort of be able to rub your hand over this leather just as it sits in your pocket. Might be a little bit weird to say, to just have it as like a little fidget toy or just something to hold on to, but it's very pleasant to sort of rub your finger over that very smooth piece of shell Cordovan. Thank you guys so much for subscribing to our YouTube channel here. I'm really excited for 2024. Right next to me here in the Ashland workshop, I've got a room full of incredibly talented people. We've got some special stuff coming up for you this year, starting off with a new surprise in about a week or so. So stay tuned to the channel. Thanks again for subscribing. You can pick up the black Chromexcel and black shell Cordovan 10K subs items on the private stock page of our website. Thank you again so much. Happy New Year. And until next time, I hope you have a good one.